CBS News has exclusively learned the Department of Homeland Security is developing a plan to quickly reject some asylum requests without even interviewing the applicant. Our CBS News immigration correspondent Camilo Montoya-Galvez broke this story and joins us now. So, Camilo, what did you learn and how would this work?
Well, typically the Department of Homeland Security interviews every single person who applies for asylum on American soil to determine whether they qualify in the first place for legal protection and to see if they pose a threat to national security or public safety. But according to the internal documents that we obtained, the Trump administration is working on drafting a regulation that would actually empower officials at DHS to quickly reject asylum applications without actually interviewing the applicants if they find that that person filed that case, that application, a year after entering the country. So if USCIS determines that that application, again, was not filed within that first year of that person entering the U.S., that could be rejected, that application, and the person could be placed in deportation proceedings before the Justice Department, which runs the nation's immigration courts. And we should underscore that this is part of a broader campaign by the Trump administration to restrict access to the asylum system, which it believes has been plagued by systematic abuse and fraud.
All right, let me ask you about something closer to home, Camilo. That New Jersey Immigration Detention Center that's seeing intense clashes between protesters and the police. What's the latest there?
Well, we have seen tense clashes between law enforcement officials and protesters outside of the Delaney Hall ICE Immigration Detention Center in Newark, New Jersey over the past week. It started after Memorial Day, after we are told that a group of detainees went on a hunger strike after complaining about substandard and substandard conditions at the facility. Over the weekend, law enforcement officials were able to get a better control and determined that there is now a perimeter around the facility, and that was happening after Governor Mikey Sherrill of New Jersey deployed additional state troopers to the facility. Let's take a listen to some of what she had to say.
Let me be clear. Violent, chaotic clashes hurt everyone. They put the lives of both protesters and law enforcement in danger. They take the focus away from people inside Delaney Hall and their families. And they raise the temperature with ICE. I will ensure public safety, and I refuse to give ICE an excuse to surge into our communities.
We should also note that the Department of Homeland Security over the weekend announced that it will reopen the facility to family visitation for the relatives of detainees that had been suspended because of the protest.
Boy, but a hunger strike is never good. Camilo, thank you so much.
Thanks.